A mindset of joy and happiness. I have been told in my life that it's a little annoying that I'm always joyful. Wow, if we could all have that problem, that you're so joyful that people actually notice it. Well, how have I developed a mindset that even when stuff is happening that doesn't feel so good, I can still find joy? I'm going to give you my 3 steps that work for everyone to harness and hold and embody a mindset for joy and happiness. And why should this be important to you? If you're watching this channel, you either like us for our business guidance, for our business coaching, or you like us for our law of attraction guidance. This goes into both areas. You should care about having a mindset of joy and happiness because it is a higher vibration. And when you're vibrating at a higher frequency, you are attracting higher quality things that match what you want. And you want that in business and you want that in every area of your life. So stick around because that's what you're getting today. But first, check and see, are you a subscriber here? And if not, please become one by clicking the subscribe button and then go ahead and click that little bell if you can see it. All that does is put us in your feed right here on YouTube, and it gives you notifications when we drop new content like this to help you be happier and more successful. I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching, more success, less stress.
Developing a mindset for joy and happiness is not difficult at all. I have 3 steps that you can start to follow right now. And what I'd love for you to do right now is get a pen and get some paper so that you can take notes. When you take notes, you retain more of your learning, and you are going to want to remember this. If you are not in a situation where you can grab a pen, grab paper, open up the comment section here. I don't mind if you use that as your notepad, and I can come in and answer your comments and things like that if you'd like. Especially if you want to ask questions or whatever. And then the notes will always be with you. And if you add this to your liked videos by clicking the thumbs up button, then you can come back in and review your notes anytime you want. It's the notebook that you can't lose. So, all right. This is so very important for anyone who's interested in the law of attraction. This is so vital for anyone who's trying to accomplish more, learn anything, become more, have more success and happiness in their life. First, for a mindset of joy and happiness, and this is going to sound very basic, but give me a second. You have to decide that that's how you want to be. And the reason that I say that you have to decide that's how you want to be is that's not how the world operates. The world does not operate from a mindset of joy and happiness. People are looking for what's wrong. You know these people, and so do I. You know the people who will be going through the greatest day of their life, and one negative thing happens and they're like, oh, but this happened. You could have the most perfect day, but then a thunderstorm came through and lasted 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, that was the perfect day, except for that thunderstorm. Like, why focus on this one little tiny thing that totally ruins that high flying disc vibe that you've gotten by enjoying the whole day and having everything work for you? It doesn't make sense. But that's exactly what people do. And you know them, you know them. And maybe you've been that way. Maybe you've had that day. Sometimes we have an ornery day or a grumpy day or a negative day. But they should be fewer and farther between. Okay, so decide that you want to be joyful. The best way that I've found that helps me decide to be joyful is to tell myself something positive first thing in the morning. The first thing that I have trained myself to think of is some point of gratitude. Oh, I'm so happy and grateful that I've made it to another day, that I can take this really deep breath, that I don't have any sinus congestion. I'm happy and grateful for this very comfortable pillow, or for the loving husband that's next to me, or if a dog barks and wakes me up, I'm so happy and grateful for my hearing. That's a big one. If something happens that normally would be kind of a gripe, it's beautiful if you could turn it into a point of praise and gratitude. I'm so happy and grateful for my hearing, that I could hear the thing that just woke me up from a perfectly deep sleep. But you focus on the gratitude, and that just raises your vibe. That's the first thing that I think of. And then I tell myself something that might sound a little fanciful, but it works for me. I tell myself that I'm looking forward to finding out what miracles this day holds. what a beautiful day, what a wonderful day I'm about to have. I can't wait to see the miracles that are going to unfold for me. So I've already told myself to look for the positive. If you're walking around everywhere doing like an Easter egg hunt for miracles, I promise you're going to be happy. You're going to be in a good mood. And when something happens like that dog that barks that wakes you up before you wanted to wake up, okay, so happy and grateful for my hearing. I'm so happy and grateful that this doesn't happen all the time. I'm so happy and grateful that I wasn't able to be so soundly asleep. But you can't have those thoughts until you've decided that that is the default mindset that you want to have. Okay, so that's number one. Decide that you are going to have joy and happiness at the core of who you are. Number two, you have to figure out the things that you want to say to yourself and program them in. So that's one reason that we have a whole playlist here on YouTube with positive affirmations. There's an affirmation for every single chakra. Just go through there and look at all the topics like confidence and belonging and self-love and connection to pure self. I mean, that's just, all over the place. So I promise that there is an affirmation track that will really hit home for you. And they're only 10 minutes. And the reason I make them only 10 minutes is that 10 minutes is 1% of your day. And so I ask my clients to please invest 1% of their day to make the other 99% better. Can't you do that? I can. I think all of us can do that. Some people say, oh, I don't have time. I'm like, okay, you don't have time to pause for 10 minutes for affirmations? Great. Do you go to the bathroom ever? Do you pee? Do you poop? Do you brush your teeth? You can do them during those activities. So, I mean, there's lots of different ways that you can sneak in affirmations. I do affirmations constantly when I'm running. I jog, I run, I enjoy cardiovascular exercise. I do affirmations constantly. Sometimes I'll have a recording playing. Sometimes it's just me saying things in my head, but just wealth and abundance and I am successful and things like that. And I'm so happy and grateful. I love that formula. I'm so happy and grateful that blank, just fill it in with anything that feels good. So you've got to figure out the messages that you need to hear in order to sustain this joy and happiness and then build them in. Please use that. Please use that playlist here for some of those. Most of our clients use that playlist. There's even a playlist that you can play as you're going to sleep so that you'll carry those thoughts throughout the evening so that it's easier to capture that high flying thought first thing in the morning. And number three, you need to be aware of the things that throw you off track. I already gave the example of the dog barking and waking up. Think of other things that could throw you off track. You get stuck in traffic, if somebody cuts you off in traffic, if someone is rude to you. I had an experience yesterday on the telephone. I had sat on hold for a long time, a very long time. And finally, this woman came on, and I didn't really get what I wanted with the phone call. And she was so rude. Like, she was really, really, really rude. Used to, that would have really angered me, and I would have carried that through my day. But instead, I decided to focus on the positive. I spent a long time on hold. This woman was rude to me, but I know that this isn't the source for this thing that I want. So now it's freed me to go somewhere else, and I'm going to find it. Why? Because everything's always working out for me. That's my favorite recording that we have on that playlist. Everything's always working out for me. I think it's 30 minutes long, and it's just repeating that affirmation. Everything's always working out for me. Okay. So you have to decide that you're going to be joyful. You have to just learn and determine the messages that you need to sustain joy. And you need to know your pitfalls, not so you can focus on that negativity, but so you can be prepared to answer it with positivity and get right back on that high flying disc. If this has been of help to you, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you didn't already, hit that subscribe button and the little bell so that you'll learn when we drop videos like this to help you live a happier and more successful life. See you next time.